Hey guys, what's going on? It's Andrew here. Long time no see, I know. Yeah, I got a haircut. A lot of things have changed since the last time I've been on here. Yeah, I mean, it's just been, I haven't had internet, nothing. I've just been really busy lately. Finally got some time to do a video. I'm really excited to do it again. Next couple videos is going to be, let's see, this week, as you can read, is going to be top 12 horror sequels, specifically part 2's. Next week, I'm going to do specifically, not next week, but in 2 weeks, I'm going to do specifically part 3's. Now, I really like part 3's. Part 3's are really pick up, I think, have some of my favorite sequels in series and whatnot. And so does part 2's, honestly, but for the next week after that, I got an update video to give you, and man, I really have an update video. Hang on, I'm gonna lower this a little bit. I do not like how high it is. You cannot really see. Yeah, I apologize for this. Yeah, anyways, so yeah, this week I chose 12 of some of my favorite horror sequels, specifically part 2's. I have 2 here that I have, yeah, again, I apologize for the background too. It's bland and whatnot, but this is what I have to work with. I'll actually try to just show the movies from now on, you know, kind of like just show the movies, so we'll deal with that, you know, coming up. But anyways, I have 2 that just missed the cut. I have 12 films, 2 that just missed the cut. The Grudge 2 and See No Evil 2. Both really good films, and I really recommend watching them, but just for this, it just missed the cut. I really like these, but they just missed the cut. I really enjoy those movies. Also, spoiler, I did not put Halloween 2 as my number 1. I get really annoyed whenever people leave tons of movies out of lists and say, well, I'm just going to do some of the, you know, the lesser known movies. But for this one specifically, everybody knows that should be my favorite. So I'm just going to go with, some of these other ones. Which, by the way, you got a surprise coming up for number 1. But without further ado, here's my list. Number 12, The Hills Have Eyes Part 2. Now again, this one, you don't really hear a lot about it. You know a lot about The Hills Have Eyes. This one, yeah, it's Wes Craven. It's one of those ones where it's just a regular slasher film. It's like one that Wes Craven, if you could see Wes Craven doing one just generic slasher film, this is it. And honestly, I think he does a good job, and it's a fun movie. Number 11, Child's Play 2. This is my favorite in the Child's Play series. I like it, you know, but I mean, it is a, it's a unique premise, but it's a very limiting premise as well. So I mean, that's all I can say. Like, it's not like the greatest in the world, but I do enjoy it. It's my favorite in the series. It's good. Number 10, Aliens. Again, this is considered the greatest horror sequel of all time, or one of them at least. I really love this movie. The things that makes me like it it's very I like science fiction movies, but I like when science fiction movies take place on Earth better than when they take place here. I do like this, and I can watch it a lot. The only problem is, I mean, it's 2.5 hours long. Like, damn, it takes forever to watch this movie. So, I mean, it's just, I must say, I really do enjoy the movie, though. I mean, it's one of the greatest sequels for a reason. There was number 10. Number 9, Evil Dead 2. This is actually considered the strongest movie in the series. This is actually a horror comedy, whereas the first one is it's just a straight horror film that's campy. This one's a horror comedy, and the third one's just a straight comedy with a little bit of horror elements. I think this is the strongest in the series, in my opinion. It's the most fun. It's got some of these scenes where I'm just on the floor laughing hysterically, like the scene where everybody's laughing and stuff. That scene just it's one of the funniest scenes in horror, in my opinion. Actually, one more that I actually don't seem to be able to find right now. Tremors 2, that's a shout out as well. I really like that one, but that just missed the cut as well. But without further ado, that's number 8, Sleepaway Camp 2. Again, this is just ahead of Evil Dead 2. I have such a fun time with this movie. I've watched it 3 times since I bought it. It's just a blast. I mean, just the kills are all fun, kind of creative, and it's just a kind of like a spoof, as you can see with the the chainsaw, the glove, and Jason mask. I mean, you get what you get. It's 80 minutes of just pure fun. That was number 7, Jeepers Creepers 2. Now, I go back and forth. I actually prefer this a little bit over the original. However, which, by the way, Scream Factory has this coming out with the original this month. Actually, the day I'm filming this, as you'll be able to tell, it's coming out tomorrow. So I will be ordering that like right away. So I'm super excited to get them. But yeah, without further ado, Jeepers Creepers 2. There's not much to say. I mean, it's a continuation of the first one. It's a bunch of people on a bus. Students on a bus coming back from I think it's a basketball game. They never really say. I can't remember. Actually, it's been a while since I watched this. And for a reason, I've been purposely waiting since the announcement of these 2 movies to watch these on Blu-ray for the first time ever. So I'm excited to watch that again. I remember always loving it, though. I have nothing but good memories about that movie. I'm going to go with number 5 is Hatchet. No, number 6. Yeah, number 6 is Hatchet 2. I think this is, like, in my opinion, it's a stronger film than the original. I don't like it better than the original. It's not more fun, but I mean, it's got Danielle Harris. Tony Todd plays one of the main characters in the movie, and I can't remember the other guy's name. Tom Holland. He is in this movie as well as Adam Green. So you got a lot of like horror icons in this movie as well as in the original. But I mean, it's just a load of fun. It's your typical slasher movie, but it does a really good job at it. It's got some really great kills, lots of gore. I mean, obviously, it's what Hatchet's known for. Yeah. So that was number 6. Number 5, this may actually surprise a lot of people, and this isn't a very well-liked movie. Whoops. And number 5's I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. This is a spoiler alert. I did upgrade this, got this on Blu-ray. It's actually pretty cheap, and the transfer looks incredible. I mean, it just looks so good. And I honestly, I like the setting of this film. It's not, I mean, it's a typical slasher film, but I have a lot of fun with the characters. I mean, I just have the biggest crush on Jennifer Love Hewitt. Freddie Prinze Jr., in my opinion, he's a bad actor, but I still have an enjoyable time just, having his presence on the film. And, it's just a lot that I enjoy. I love the island. I mean, honestly, I don't really know, other than, like, I think it's Bloody Moon, but that's an 81 slasher or an 84 slasher, I can't remember, it's from Spain, maybe? I can't remember, but it's a foreign slasher film, so this is the only, like, American slasher film I can even think of that takes place on an island. It's kind of secluded. It's got this really cool atmosphere to it then. So yeah, I kind of like that for that reason. Number 4, Scream 2. I don't have these on individual releases, but yeah, Scream 2. I highly recommend Blu-ray again for these. These transfers look great. I mean, for me, I've always have fond memories about Scream 2. I know that it's a step down from the original, and in my opinion, it's a step down from Part 4. But I mean, Jamie Kennedy's in the movie. He's always an enjoyable presence in the movie. You know, David Arquette's always enjoyable as well. You know, it's got all your favorites from the original back that survived, and I mean, it's still fun. It takes place on a college campus too, and they got all the campus slasher flicks mentioned in it. Final Exam, you know, House on Sorority Row, Slaughter University, or no, that's not Slaughter. Anyways, but yeah, they mention all of them, so I really enjoy it for those. I mean, it's a Wes Craven movie too, so yeah, but my Wes Craven bias really shows. Number 3, Psycho 2. Honestly, this just barely gets the nod from Scream 2, but this is such a strong sequel. I mean, and the Scream Factory did an incredible job with this transfer and everything, so I really, really like this film. Picks up, you know, 22 years after the original takes place, I think. Yeah, 22 years later, and it's a really incredibly strong sequel. What's his name? Tom Holland actually wrote this movie, and it's an incredible film in my opinion. If you haven't watched it, really recommend checking it out. And it's a really underrated film. I mean, Psycho 1's obviously the classic, but I mean, this one's really underrated. You don't hear much about the sequels. Number 2 on my list is Friday the 13th Part 2. Yeah, my favorite in the Friday the 13th series. Such a super strong film. Really fun, enjoyable. Can't go wrong with it. I highly recommend getting them on Blu-ray. Honestly, but they're out of print right now. So, I mean, if you can get them while you can, please just, you know, I recommend hurrying up and getting them. I've been checking again for the 9th and 10th one, still can't find them. It's frustrating me to death that I can't find them on Blu-ray. But yeah, that's my number 2. My number 1 I won't have a copy of for a while, but I just saw it, and it's going to be a slight review of it on this, actually, so I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. But my number 1 is The Conjuring 2. Just saw it yesterday, and I fucking loved it. It was fucking incredible. I honestly woke up, couldn't stop thinking about it. I want to say I probably had a dream about it. I woke up thinking about it, so probably means I had a dream about it. Honestly, I could not say enough good things about it. I fucking love James Wan. You can probably tell how excited I am about it. But honestly, the cinematography was just incredibly beautiful. One of the best shot horror films I've ever seen. I think it's better, just slightly better than the original in terms of character development. And it opens up with the Amityville Horror. They're in the Amityville house. I had a geek out moment because I have a strange love, obsession, or fascination, you could say, with the Amityville case, the Amityville, you know, everything about it, you know, the DeFeos, the Lutzes, you know, all of that stuff is just fascinating to me. And the case after that, you know, the whole controversy of whether it's a hoax or not, which I reserved my judgment, and I could go into it if I ever do a Amityville review. But yeah, I had a geek out moment with that. And they have the boy from The Picture. If you've ever seen the Warrens, like when they did the walkthrough and everything, through the house, they took that picture, and the boy with the glasses is in the corner. They have that in the movie. I mean, I'm spoiling some of the things, but if you go to see it, you'll see that anyways. It's not really spoiling. You know, I'm spoiling plot devices, but that's about it. It's only in the first 10 minutes. But, I mean, honestly, when it gets to the haunted house part, man, is it creepy. I mean, it's got some of the best scares I've ever seen. And it's got one of the creepiest demons I've ever seen. Honestly, it's so scary. Like, it's so atmospheric. It's such an incredible film. I cannot recommend it highly enough. when you see this, go see it. I mean, I just cannot recommend it enough. I honestly think I probably will go see it again. I got a lot of films to see this summer. A lot of good horror films look like they're coming out in the next... I got 3 in the next month alone that I will go see, but I honestly probably will fork out the money to go see it again. It's worth it to me. Yeah, Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga are Ed and Lorraine Warren, and whatever you think about the Warrens, put that aside when watching the film. I know a lot of people think they're hucksters and you know, they just prey on innocent people, and you know, reserve your judgment for them. I really think the film itself does a phenomenal job at, you know, telling a really or just a really genuine story. So yeah, I mean that's just kind of my review of The Conjuring 2, with also having it as my #1 in my part 2s. Oh, another shout out. I actually probably would have had Amityville Part 2. Oh, here it is, Amityville 2. I mean, it's the eyes. It's honestly, I think this movie's a guilty pleasure. Could be a guilty pleasure for a lot of people. Also Tremors too. But yeah, guilty pleasure. Just an honorable mention. Just because I was talking about Amityville and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, that's my top 12 list, and I had so many of them that I, you know, did honorable mentions for. But honestly, that's my list. I really enjoy I really enjoy sequels, to be honest. I know people shit on sequels, you know, they hate on them, they say, well, you know, they're always inferior films and stuff, and I disagree. I think that they can be good films. So, I mean, that's just my 2 cents. Anyways, I'm going to shut up now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Be looking out for next week's video, which is going to be an update video. It's going to be a huge update. And so, yeah, without further ado, have a great week, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Please subscribe. Please let me know what you think about the video, and yeah, have a great week.